Okay, so in this video, we're gonna go more into understanding how to assess an argument's validity. Okay, and one way to do that is to learn which forms or shapes can make for a valid argument. That's what we're gonna learn in this video. You're gonna learn one of the most common forms or shapes for a valid argument, and that's gonna be called modus ponens. So that's what we'll do. Now let's dig right in. Okay, so let's say we write here premise one. Some of you might be from Richmond. You grew up in Richmond. So if that's you, let's say your name's Bob. Okay, that's probably none of you, but okay, so what's true of anybody from Richmond is that they're also from Virginia because Richmond is a city in Virginia. It's a capital of Virginia. So if I write if Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Virginia. Oops. Okay. Now suppose premise two. Now at this point, we don't know whether Bob is from Richmond. All we know is that if he's from Richmond, then he's from Virginia. That's true for me too. If Professor Moon is from Richmond, then he's from Virginia. That just follows. Okay. But premise two is going to supply some missing information. We're going to learn that Bob is from Richmond. Okay. Now what follows from this? If Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Virginia. Bob is from Richmond. Therefore, Bob is from Virginia. All right. Now, this argument is valid. And the important part, though, is any argument that's in this form or shape is also valid. Um, so first, let's make it clear that it's a valid. Okay, smiley face. And then, now what do we mean by shape? Well, anytime we have something that goes if something, then something, so if blah, then blah, blah, therefore blah. um, so let's call this Bob is from Richmond P, and he's from Virginia. We can call that Q. So premise one, if P, then Q. Premise two. Now, in this sentence, if Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Virginia. Bob is, what are we saying here? Bob is from Richmond. Okay. Are we saying the P or the Q? We're saying the P. Okay. So P, Bob is from Richmond. Okay. Because P means Bob is from Richmond. Q means he's from Virginia. Bob is from Richmond. Therefore, Bob is from Virginia. That's Q. Okay. Now, the point about this is not just that this argument's valid, deductively valid, but any argument that follows this shape is going to be valid. Okay. So we can put any English sentence in here for P and for Q. And as long as we're consistent, like what are we putting here? We put here. What are we putting here? We put here. So long as we're consistent with that, we'll have a valid argument. So I could say if Professor Moon is from Columbus, then he's from Ohio. Premise two, Professor Moon is from Columbus. Conclusion, Professor Moon is from Ohio. It's going to be also a valid argument. Not all the premises even have to be true for the argument to be valid. So we could have, if Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Antarctica. Okay, If I say that if Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Antarctica, then P will have to be Bob is from Richmond, premise 2. Therefore, conclusion, he's from Antarctica. Okay? Um, now that's going to be a valid argument. It's just not going to be sound. It's not going to be sound because premise 1 will be false. It'll be false that if Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Antarctica. So we have a false premise that makes the argument not sound. Okay? But it's still going to be a valid argument. If these premises were true, that if Bob is from Richmond, then he's from Antarctica, Bob's from Richmond. If those were true, then it would follow that he's from Antarctica. Okay? Now, I already gave the name earlier, but any argument of this form is going to be called modus ponens. Okay? Any argument in this form is going to be called modus ponens. Okay, so that's the first argument form, and we'll be learning another one in the next video.